Everything is accelerating fast. Huge shifts are happening. And right in the center, in the thick of it, are our cosmic ancestors, or another word for them, the ancestral spirits of nature. This is our topic today. Charles and Martina here. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Charles, why do we hear more about them right now?
Well, that's a great question, Martina. And one simple answer is that the ancestors have awakened for many thousands of years. And as you remember from last lecture with Shambala, how things were going. So the ancestors as well were oppressed. The spirits within the dimensions that are close to our earth here had to be kept away from the darkness that was unfolding. And part of that darkness was to disconnect us with ancestors and who were our direct connection to spirit and the creator, to impose a false image called God who people had to look up to. We've talked about that in the past. Part of what happened in the darkness was the disconnecting Earth from the cosmic communication system. The cosmic communication system is something like the universal internet that the creator uses to deliver information, knowledge, and plans and support to all part of creation, just like our nerves and our systems within the human body. But this was connected to allow Earth to fall into darkness. And part of that disconnection was destroying our love for our ancestors and replacing it with religion. This happened around the waning years of the Lemurian civilization, which was a divine feminine civilization with peace and order. But once the masculine arose, there was no need for that unity, and they decided to do something different. So the masculine powers declared themselves as God. If you notice, all the gods seem to be some big man that is out of proportion and everybody looks up to. So in that time, there were several figures within our earth, part of the ancestral spirits of nature, who continued to walk and protect the ancestors. Some notable names you have read within the book we published already is God WANG, Goddess AMATERASU, Great Mother Kali, God VISHNU, KHOIR, Elohia, and Mother Amaya. So these are some prominent names that you would encounter as we talk more about our ancestors and what they're doing up to date now. Martina, there is not just these ancestors that I have mentioned. There are cosmic ancestors who have also come and joined us now. What insights are we now gaining from these cosmic ancestors?
Well, what I've learned so far is there are in total not 24 dimensions, but 56. And in a dense physical human body, we can maximum go up to the 19th dimension. Our soul can go up, way up to the 56. So connected to the soul, and the soul then uses the chain of ancestors that came before that soul back to the beginning of it all, gives us an absolute, accurate, and complete picture of what really happened. So this is a huge gift given to us now. I have no other words for that.
Yeah.
Charles, can you talk a little more about the beings you just mentioned, like God Gong Wang Dong? Yes, he's known in the Chinese cultural circle, or goddess Amaterasu is a Japanese sun goddess. But I guess our international audience would like to have some more background on each of the ones you mentioned.
Yeah, definitely, Martina. I'll come to that, but I just wanted to add more to the answer that you gave to our audience, that we are connected through our ancestors to the divine. And this is actually physically measurable through our DNA and other spiritual and energy information that is within us. Now, as we are moving forward, that means that the Great Spirit, the cosmic ancestors, Shambhala Ancestral Spirits, and Intergalactic Federation of Light, we are forming a triangle with Amaya. So the gods we have mentioned include God Gong. He is the consort of goddess Chi Wan Mu, head of the kingdom of the ancestral spirits of nature. He helps souls to avoid misfortune and ward of illness. He restores health, improves vitality, and is a guardian of a long and prosperous life. He also governs the health portal. So within the cosmic ancestor spirits, God One is a point of energy that we can tap into to support us as we regain our full energy as part of the I Am. Goddess Amaterasu
May
is
I, may I add to that?
Yeah, please.
For all who listen to us coming from a Chinese cultural background,
Yeah.
in the Chinese culture, God Gong is the lover and consort of goddess Xi Wang Mu, the Queen Mother of the West,
Yes.
who in these stories is the wife of the Jade Emperor. So different connotation. Please go ahead. I just wanted to mention that because people who listen in with a cultural background from China may find that confusing.
Thanks for clarifying that. And of course, to us here in the West, it is something that we are beginning to integrate, not the stories from the past, which you know about all the stories, but the real energy and the work that we are co-creating with these beings, who are our brothers and sisters. Sun goddess of Japan, a goddess Amaterasu, symbolizes true clarity and enlightenment. She's a nurturing force for prosperity and harmony. Then Great Mother Kali is known widely as the first of the 10 Mahavidya of the Hindu goddesses, and the 10 of them. Great Mother Kali is the fiercest aspect of Goddess Durga, goddess of time and change. She removes the fear of death and obstacles and limiting beliefs. We just want to interject to tell our viewers that once we're talking about these beings, we're not asking you to look up to them as someone higher than yourself. They are beings, yes, very wise, and you can always collaborate, co-create with them, and work with their energy field. Of course, we know to be respectful and loving to everyone. That is always good. So my friend God Vishnu also is known as Narayan. Krishna was one of his famous avatars who came to earth to restore order and righteousness. God Vishnu is filled with joy. He's very benevolent. He is the preserver of the universe and married to Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. He restores balance between good and evil and the protector of Dharma and moral order. KHOIR is the leader of the collective consciousness of human ancestral spirits. He was hidden in a cosmic fold on the second plane in the 19th dimension in the days of darkness. But now the gates of the ancestors are open, and you can read the book and learn how to approach the kingdom of Dongwang, Gong, and also KHOIR, and interact with the spirits. KHOIR holds the remembrance of the human ancestors. Of course, everyone knows Amaya, Mother Earth, Nature, or Gaia. These are different names that are used for Amaya. She is the great diva whose task is to represent, reign over, and manage the body of our planet. She forms a triumvirate with the SANAT Kumara and Zonkrit and the great being ensoling Amaya. Amaya is a direct creation of SANAT, one of the 48 initial fractals. Her soul's purpose is to embody God's love, joy, and abundance through the expression of nature. And we all see how beautiful and wonderful Amaya is as we look into nature. Our planet's central spiritual control center, Shambala, we said in the last lecture, had now been moved up to the 12th dimension at the end of the year 2024. So this allows Shambhala now to function even into higher dimension and being able with all the 12 kingdoms that have come to help support Amaya. So the ancestors and the ancestral spirits are integral, foundational in the work of the 5D consciousness. So Martina, what more can we tell our audience about connecting with the ancestral spirits?
Charles, you are rather the one who knows about the practical side more than I am, right? Come on, you talk to Zokwa, you talk to the Acheron Crystal Cave. Come on, what?
Okay, Martina. Yeah,
This is
sorry.
rather your domain, right?
Yeah. So, okay, that's true. Okay. Well, just to add more for our audience, to function effectively in the 5D world, I think it's really essential, as Martina said last time, to connect with all the kingdoms. But especially connecting with the ancestral spirits, your ancestral spirits. No one loves you more than your ancestors, for sure. And you know that everything starts in the spirit realm. And having that connection with the spirits of nature will be one sure bet for you to get all your creations to prosper. So the semi-etheric fifth dimension world has forms, but that's different from the 3D construct, which is very solid. So things will be manifesting instantaneously. We gave the lecture on I am to be very careful as we continue to progress in the 5D consciousness. The presence of spirits will help boost manifestation. And the more you are connected to your ancestors, and you will be able to tap into their energy, and things will be manifesting rapidly. So in the past, the ancestors, even till present for some people, were ignored. So we're encouraging everyone to make this connection with their ancestors.
Now, Charles.
Yeah, Martina,
now
go ahead.
Here, the proof of the pudding. Practically, how do I connect to my ancestors? Come on, tell us.
Okay. It's very easy. Remember, the idea of worshiping is gone. There's nothing to worship outside. God is within you. God does not need worship. Ancestors do not need worship. They just need you to love them, remember them, think of them kindly. So to connect, you must set the intention to communicate. Mm-hmm. Anyone who is no longer in the physical body is back into your ancestry line. And you can easily talk to them as if they were still here present. And if you're calm, you'll be able to get impressions. And if you're very, very calm, you may communicate energetically with these spirits. So call on your ancestor spirits who are closest to you. Call on your soul ancestors. That's the cosmic ancestors that Martina talked about. Those have vast knowledges and experience. Or you can call on the collective spirits of the ancestors. So this will include even the intergalactic light beings that are here with us. Working with the ancestors, but you have to practice. Nothing comes by you just doing it once. You have to practice and practice. So you have to spend some time, but it's really a very good way to go. So Martina, let me ask you a question now. You ask me. So how vital are the master teachers of Shambhala in supporting our connection to the ancestors?
Well, first of all, you have to realize that the ancestors, the cosmic ancestors, is one kingdom now of this planet. Right?
Yes.
So they are equal to kingdoms like the human kingdom, the Deva, the Mer people. They are equal to us. That means they're part of our life. When I talk to master teachers of the various kingdoms, they all speak with utmost respect of the ancestors because they are fully aware of that connection. Plus, they are showing these ancestors to us. Like in the most recent book by the SANAT Kumara, Creator and Creation, there are two portals that show ancestor spirits of nature.
Yeah.
The Celestia
Uh-huh.
and the number 3 portal, the AoL group.
Yeah.
So they're tiptoeing towards us in a very unconfrontational manner. They're not shouting, "We are here and take notice of us." They come through the back door softly.
Uh-huh.
You know, come with an image, don't say much, you get comfortable. What I really learned from the master teachers is they don't want to be worshipped, but they want to be respected.
Yes.
So in cultures like the Japanese or the Chinese culture, people at home have a small altar for the ancestors.
Yes.
I have to admit, I learned about my own ancestors and I have a stronger connection to my female ancestors line. And when you start talking to them, and the master teachers do encourage us to do so because we are capable of, you learn an awful lot about yourself.
You do.
And you learn what sacrifices ancestors made for us to be here at this point in time. That really is super. Charles, I want to come back to a few names. Who are the main players amongst the ancestor spirits of nature that are reaching out?
Yes. As you said, the Ancestral Spirits group, which also include the light beings, here are 6. Liloka, she is the fractal of ancestors, part of the original fractals. Oneza is the head for the human ancestors. Tesi is the ancestral spirits of nature. Ohelia is the ancestry. Ohelia is the ancestry of the light group of the ancestors underwater. Moeni is of the indigenous herbal ancestors. And Celestia is the cosmic ancestors.
Yes, the Celestia, another description of them, they are the right-hand man of the Creator, and they are truly what we've been sold as angels, which were not. They were the prison guards of the dark forces for us. Kind ones, friendly ones, but not supporting us.
Yes. Yeah.
Charles, there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And I hope we have inspired people to open up now to the ancestors, their own ancestors, and being aware that the images that the master teachers from the various kingdoms now show us, there's more to it than just pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to reemphasize before we hang up here that To hear the spirits within you, you have to tune in and focus and maintain some form of silence. Spirits speak telepathically to the soul, and the soul would interpret the message with quietness, pause, and practice. Without observing the poise, the stillness of the mind, and we've talked about this in recent lectures, it will be difficult to hear your soul. And also it will be difficult to listen to the ancestors. So they are shouting loudly, but we really don't hear them. So it's good to take this into heart and make the effort and practice and practice. So thank you everyone for tuning into this, our second episode on the ancestors' role in our 5D consciousness world. There will be more episodes on ancestors because this is a major part of our teaching going forward. So please remember your ancestors and do not neglect how vital they are for your present and future. Cooperate with them. Thank you,
as
everyone.
Charles does. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
As Charles just said, they speak when it is quiet and when you are introspect. So shut off your smartphones and turn to the inside and be there next week again. We have a guest, Oksana Popova,
Yes.
who's just collaborated with teacher colleagues at Namas University and the creator with a book that's called The Creator's Healing Light. And she'll tell us more about it. So shut off your technical devices, go inside, talk to the ancestors, and see you next week. Bye-bye,
See you next
everyone.
week.